So traders, this is so bad, but it's also so good as well too. And the movement on the downside, I expect to come also in the oil market as well too. We've got the mining sector selling off today. There's a lot of red on the screen. So let's get into today's market update. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, let's get straight into today's market update. Just before I do start, guys, I'm extending that 90% off offer that to my entire coaching program. I'm extending that for one more day. So if you're interested in getting access to my coaching program for the rest of this year for 90% off, email me. All the details are in the link description. I'm doing that because it's getting close to the end of the financial year here in Australia, and I'm doing something just to give back. But this is one more day only, and then this 90% off is going away. So email me if you want to get access to that. So looking at the markets, we've actually got about, as I'm doing this recording anyway, we've still got about just under 10 minutes left towards the market, towards the close today. And we can see we've actually had a bit of a down day today. And I actually believe, and I did a video yesterday saying capitulation to shake out the weekends. And, you know, I truly do believe we're likely to get that. The big thing that I keep watching for here is remember traders, that the foundation to the markets is always who's in control. Who's in control simply means where is the trend. And in yesterday's video, I talked about how a lot of traders focus on these pullbacks through here, and that's all they are pullbacks. And they think, oh, this is the start of the next big leg up. Oh, this is the start of the next leg up. And then we get these cracks, and possibly another crack in the markets, right? Coming down through here. So I was saying it yesterday, and I'm like, this is actually not looking too good. And one of the things I was looking at is that we had this area of resistance. See this area of resistance on the S&P? We had this support. All the market did was come up, and then it rejected right at that level there at 3,900. And I tell you right now, traders, I know this gap through here. See that gap through there? I know there was so many traders saying, here we go. It's filled one gap. It's definitely going to fill the next gap. Let's go long here, right? And then the market reverses on you today. And guess what's happening? They're shaking out the weekends right now. They're shaking and baking, right? And that's what the market does. It's that the market is so smart when it comes to that. So this is what we want to do. We get this sell-off, and now we get this movement to the upside. Now we're getting this rejection. Again, I talked about the capitulation thing yesterday. And we can see that's what's happening on the S&P. We see the same sort of thing that's happening on the Nasdaq as well too. Just remember, traders, the trend is your friend until the end. You may have heard that if you're new to the markets. The trend is your friend until the end. If you're not new to the market and you keep hearing that, but you're ignoring it, well, now there's a disconnect, right? You can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. I actually learned that from one of my relationship coaches, Corey Wayne. If you guys know Corey Wayne, phenomenal coach. I watch him all the time. I love listening to his books and so on and so forth. And I learned that from him, right? You can't, and it's so true, right? What is the reality? The reality is the market is still in a downtrend. That's the reality, not what we. And a big thing that stops us from moving forward is we start to throw our thoughts, right? Well, I think this is going to happen, and my opinion this, and my opinion that. No, the market doesn't give a shit about your opinions. Focus on what the market is telling you, not what you want to tell it. Make sense? And the traders, and I have the t-shirt for this, right? So many years I would do that mistake. I'm like, well, the market's doing this, but because of blah, 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 this is going to happen. Instead of saying, well, the market's telling me this right now, so I'm just going to go with what that is. Let's just keep it simple. There'll be so many times where I'll be like, the market's in a big downtrend right now, but we're definitely going to find a major support level here, and it's definitely going to rally, because the Fed's going to stop tightening their policy and blah, 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 because of blah, 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 blah. And I would make a decision. I would see that the market is in a downtrend like this, and the market's saying, hey, I'm in a downtrend. The trend is your friend to the end. And then even though the market is telling me, let's just keep it simple. What the market's telling me, let's go with that. I would go to this other external thing over here because of this, because of that, because of this, right? All this stuff in here, That's the reason why this thing is going to move back up again right now today. I'm going to go trade it today. It's like, hang on a minute. No. See how there's a big disconnect there, right? We're going to an external resource. Well, the Fed's going to start to slow down, tightening. And so therefore, I'm going to go long right now because the market's going to bottom right now. It's like, hang on a minute. Let the market do the talking, okay? Let the market do the talking. What's the market doing right now? As I speak, remember, the market is always talking to us. Right now, as I speak, we're looking at the market. The market is doing what? We've continued to make a high, a lower high, and now this could be just another lower high in the market. So now we're getting a very strong, complete down move. Another complete fake out. This is exactly what the mining sector did. If you guys remember that, right? Remember this? The mining sector was going up and up, up, and we had a very nice up day, and then they completely reversed it on them, and then they dumped, and then they went down to all-time new lows. And the one thing I keep watching for is my longer term charts. This is my longer term weekly charts squeezed up. We're going back to 2009 here. And I keep watching this 3,500 to 3,000 level. And I believe that's where we're probably going to find some major support levels there. Because there's literally X marks the spot times 3, possibly even 4, possibly even, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, right? So X marks the spot. And what I mean by that is that as this market starts to come back down towards this 3,500 level and this 3,300 level through here, there's this blue line support level here, which is that one through there. And then we have these two horizontal lines. So I'm going to zoom in right now to show you what they are. And you can see how this blue line here, that's that blue line that goes back towards, a while ago. And once again, traders, let me just show you this here. Let me just zoom right in a bit so you can see it here, okay? You can see how, all right, you can see how the market obviously keeps bouncing off that level. So therefore, we're probably going to get some sort of a support level through there. That's the reason why I have that blue level there, right? You see, that's the reason why I have that blue angle of the markets, okay? It's not because I want it there. It's because the market has been bouncing off that a lot. If there was a lot of this happening, a lot of that happening, and then a lot of this happening, and then a lot of this happening, there's no support level there, guys, right? You're just making it up. Don't make it up, okay? And then we're going to zoom right in, and then I'm going to zoom right in now, and we can see how this whole major resistance back here, this major support level around the 3,300, and there's also a lot of resistance around here. Remember, this is a weekly chart, okay? So this long-term weekly chart is now holding level through here. So as we continue down, yes, I do believe we're going to get a bit of a capitulation type of move, and we're going to get a very strong, fast, strong washout, I believe, is coming, and that's probably going to come back down towards these levels, and then we're probably going to find major support levels through there. If I use the Nasdaq as that exact same level, we have literally major long-term support coming into it, and this is definitely X marks the spot. Look at this here, around the 10,000 level is 2X. When I say X marks the spot, the reason I'm saying that, guys, is because you have a horizontal support and then you have a long-term sort of angle support. See there? What is that? That is what? X marks the spot right there. Right? See that there? So as the market comes back down, there's double support levels. So that's where I believe we're heading towards before we actually start to see this overall change of tune in the markets. Again, we'll wait for the market to tell us that. But right now, I believe we're continuing this downward leg. We're probably going to get some sort of hard and fast flush down, a bit more, shake out the weekends. The massive capitulation, I believe, is coming, and we're probably going to see something like that. If I go to my daily charts now and I zoom out, we have this sort of downward leg. So I believe, as you can see, this whole, there's 10,000 level there, but you can see it's really like that 9,500. That 9,500 to 10,000. Just below 10,000. That 10,000, 9,500, that area is major support. So even if we did get a bit more upside like this, we're probably going to come back down and flush down through there and start to see a lot more downside to come. And as you can see, if I just draw a trend line, look where we are right now. Boom, right there. See that level through there? What do we have? Bam, 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 and bam, bam, right? So we can see that through there. And that's the same even for the Dow Jones as well too. Dow Jones is doing what? Same sort of thing, same sort of scenario as well too. The Dow Jones actually bounced almost off its horizontal support level, and now we're possibly coming back down a bit more as well too. So the Dow Jones hasn't got that much further to go, I believe. And the big thing about the Dow Jones is, you think about it, is Dow Jones actually didn't have a much Actually, let's actually just measure that. In percent terms, the Dow Jones only had just about 100% growth. If you look at the Nasdaq, you can see, here we go, right? The Nasdaq did what? Oh, about 135% there. The Nasdaq did 135% in the boom, and then the S&P did, 116%, right? So the Nasdaq and the S&P had a bit more of a bubble last year, so therefore they're probably going to correct more, right? The bigger the bubble, the bigger the burst. Therefore, the Dow Jones only had just under 100%, and it wasn't really vertical. It was just slowly continue going up, and now we're rolling back over. So I expect a bit of a bounce coming through there real soon. So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys. Quick look at the mining sector. This mining sector right now, I'm still expecting a bit of a flush down through here. We're still holding here quite strong, and I remember getting this bounce, and I said to you guys on this bounce day through here, as it bounced, I'm like, guys, it doesn't mean anything, right? We are still on a big downward trend, and nothing has changed. SIL, again, same sort of thing, right? What's the trend, and what's the trend? What's the trend, and what's the trend? High, lower high. We're at a bit of, it's a double bottom, John. It's going to bounce. It's going to bounce. I'm going to definitely go long here. No, not a double bottom yet. Okay. We're probably going to get something like that coming out of the mining sector. It's probably going to be, I believe there's going to be a washing effect coming soon. Something's going to hit the market, guys. It's going to be a washing effect. There's a massive washing effect that's going to cause capitulation in these markets. Looking at the gold market as well too. Once again, guys, same sort of thing, right? We're just going sideways through here after this big down move. High, lower high. This could just be another lower high, where it actually is right now. If we start to break below and we start to get something like that, then start to expect something like that out of the gold market. And then same thing for the silver market as well. We've talked about this a few times now, so I'm not going to cover that too much. And then the last thing I want to cover, guys, is the actual oil market itself as well too, right? So this oil market we're getting a bit of a bounce right now. And the really big thing that I'm noticing, so if I zoom right in, let me open that up. So right now, this is the daily charts. We're actually getting a bit of a bounce. One thing I'm noticing is that we did actually make a bit of probably a bit of a double top. And we're also now getting a lot of resistance around this level through here. You can see that sort of 114 level. So I believe oil is going to continue coming down. We had a bit of a bounce, but I believe oil is now on its legs to the downside. So we may get a little bit more to the upside, but this is what I see happening. I see we may get a little bit more upside, but then we're probably going to roll over, and then we're probably going to start to come back down towards this level through here. We've had a very strong move down. We've had a move up. We're probably going to start to see something like that. There's a lot of resistance through there after this big strong sell-off. And then I believe we're probably likely to start to see a move down towards, where's this? That's that major long-term support level. So we're probably going to come back down towards there, right? Get a little rally up through there, right? And then we start to see this move probably coming back down towards that level through there. And then we can sort of reassess what's happening through there. But always wait for the market to talk to you guys. It's always important, right? Remember, in any upward trend, this regardless of what markets, remember, if the market's going to start to turn around, we're looking for that higher low and then the bounce, right? If the market's in a downward trend, and then we start to get the higher low, this is when the market's telling us we're changing tune, not where we want it, right? If I go back to, say, even the oil market through here, looking at the daily charts, when did the oil market start to change its tune and started this bull market? After this big sell-off. When did it happen? Well, guess what? We had a high, lower high, lower high. We had a lower high, low. What's that? Low. Now we had what? A higher low, breaking past previous highs. Now look what's happening. Who's in control here? Low, higher low. The trend is now up. As we broke past here, who's in control now? Higher low equals buyers in control, right? So we made a lower high, right? We made a lower high, then we made a higher low. See, the market is changing tune right here. And that's what I want you to focus on for all the markets moving forward. So hope this helps you out today, traders. Remember that you want to grab 90% access, 90% off to my entire coaching program for the rest of this year, then email me. All the details are in the link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.